Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Korlick with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series and is intended to aid the Dreamcast and gaming community.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and today I got a brand new game I want to show you. Now usually these come in like a package and I open it up, but that won't be happening in this instance, and I'll explain why in a bit. But what this is a brand new Sega Dreamcast release. I know, how awesome is that? As a huge Sega Dreamcast fanatic, I fucking love it. It's my favorite game console of all time. Yes, the Dreamcast still gets brand new games every once in a while, as I'm sure a lot of you know, but if you don't, surprise! That's the case. That still happens. So this game is actually two games. This is Lancer and Filia, the sequel to Lancer, all bundled together in one package. Now, if those titles sound familiar to you, I did a video on that a little while ago for the same two games, but for the Atari Jaguar CD. And as I mentioned, in that video, it was going to get a Dreamcast release, and now it's here. Now, the reason it's not in a package or anything like that is because the way I got this was a little bit different than usual. In this case, I actually went out to Gamescom in Germany, the 2015 Gamescom, and the publisher of this game, which is a company called HuCast, the guy who runs it is a guy named Rene. He was attending Gamescom, so he and I coordinated ahead of time, and he was willing to meet up with me at Gamescom, and he basically gave this to me, sold to me at a cheaper price, a discounted price, and of course I didn't have to pay shipping on it, he just handed it over. Really nice to talk to him, as one of the few guys that's still doing Dreamcast development and publication. That's just awesome, and shout out to the guy, my buddy Orion, the guy who's the developer of this. His name is Cedric. Shout out to him for actually bringing these games over to the Dreamcast. That was really cool of him to do. But yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show you the inside here. So it's got plastic wrap, of course, on it. And we take that off. Nice release. The front artwork is like that. It's primarily the Lancer artwork with just kind of a notification, basically, that it mentions Filia, that Filia is also available. And then, of course, there's the side spine, which HuCast does a very Japanese style. And they're uniform. They fit in a lot because a lot of the independent games look like this, and of course they'll fit in with the Japanese stuff. But as well as saying the title in Japanese, it says Lancer and Filia in, I guess you can consider that English. I think the origin of the words, though, are French. And on the back, it primarily has artwork for Lancer, not so much Filia. And inside, it comes with a manual, which has multiple pages, and that's really cool. And it comes with two discs. I kind of have a little pet theory as to why this is two discs, because these games are not particularly big. I don't think there would have been any real trouble getting them to fit on one single disc, but I think that what happened, I'm just speculating because this didn't occur to me until right before I was filming the video, I think that they were probably going to bundle these, or they weren't going to bundle these, they were going to do separate releases. And at some point, someone made the call, probably Rene made the call and said, we should put them all together as one nice package, but the discs were probably already manufactured at that point. That's one piece of evidence. The other is, of course, that the artwork seems to primarily focus on a Lancer and just kind of mentions that Filia was there. I think that they just decided to bundle them for economic reasons, which frankly makes more sense because then you get the full package and you get both games all at once, which is really neat.
So I thought I would show you a little bit of gameplay here. Now, as you can see, there's multiple languages supported in this game. There's English, there's French, there's German, there's Spanish. This is, of course, a Lancer. And Filia, though, only supports English and French, so be aware of that. As you can see, published by HuCast. Now, I'm not going to show a whole lot of gameplay as opposed to last time, simply because I showed you gameplay of these two games in that Jaguar video not too long ago, so I thought I would show you something a little bit different. In the Jaguar video, I didn't really show you like the intro. There's a very story-driven intro. As you can see right here, that's a lot of text-based stuff that I didn't really do. They say the island hides a secret, once inhabited by a mysterious researcher. Yes. He wanted to find the secret to immortality. I'll just narrate for you. No one had heard from him for years. So I set out to uncover the mystery by myself. To discover the secret of the island of Lancer! Yay. I did it. I'm a narrator now. Plus this little CGI cutscene that I didn't use in the Jaguar CD version. Now I should have mentioned this much earlier in the video. Happy birthday, Sega Dreamcast! If you guys are watching this on September 9th, 2015, the day it came out, it is the 16th birthday of the Sega Dreamcast in North America. So, round of applause! Yay! Happy birthday, Sega Dreamcast! It's been a pretty cool year. It's gotten a few independent titles over the course of the year, and I'm glad I had something new and fresh, for the Dreamcast to do a video about. Oh, back to narration. Despite extensive research, I had a hard time locating the island. Yet, after weeks at sea, I finally saw a speck on the horizon. As I approached, a storm was brewing. Yes, brewing. I decided to board a dinghy. I don't use that word often. And head for the island to... No, that was my bad. After I was too late, the wind carried me away. I should be more professional. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, alright, so this game, as you can see, there's a little bit of a story and mystery going on there. And then you get wash up on this island. And then you do like a point-and-click adventure. This game is obviously very reminiscent of games like Myst and Riven, which was like the sequel to Myst, that whole series. A lot of old-school point-and-click adventures. And as I said back in the Jaguar video, and I maintain that now, I got to give Cedric credit. It's pretty ballsy to make a game like this in the modern era, because these kind of games, they don't see a whole lot of super popularity. So the fact that, if you liked this genre, this is a pretty cool thing to pick up, because it's a new one, and frankly, there aren't many of them. Now I know some people ask, and I always mention this every time a new Dreamcast game comes out. This game is not on a burned disc. It's a pressed disc, so it's professional. It's legitimate. You're not buying like a cheap CDR or anything. And I just thought you guys should know that. Independent Dreamcast games are also region free, so this will work on if you have a European console, a North American console, a Japanese console, whatever you got. This will work on it. It supports, of course, the VMU, so you get saving. It's also running through VGA, and I should have mentioned that as well. When compared to the Atari Jaguar CD version, it's not really surprising that the picture quality is a lot better on the Dreamcast version. Again, because it's running it through VGA, and it actually looks, I think, very, very nice. And okay, so I'm gonna basically end it here. Just because I thought this scene was funny. I tried to click on a turtle and it just repeatedly told me no. I don't know, I found that funny. Now, in that game, you're basically going around trying to unlock the doors and, and stuff. And like I said, I showed more of that in the previous one, so I just wanted to give you guys a sense of it if you weren't familiar with the game at all. But now we'll quickly click over to the sequel, which is Filia, literally called Filia, the sequel to A Lancer. Now, the load times on this version, not surprisingly, are much better than the Jaguar CD version. I didn't even bother to edit them out, unlike the Jaguar CD version where they were so long. I just cut them out because they were giant dead zones. So this puzzle, I already had figured out from the previous game. You have to go up to each one of these little spots, and you have to type in air and the other elements until you kind of unlock the door. So I'll just quickly show that to you. The gameplay mechanic is a little bit different. In the first one, you had to if you click on a certain spot at the screen, and then the camera would basically change to that area. In this one, you kind of drag the camera a little bit, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. Also, just a little bonus here on the back of the case, it says that each disc contains the PC version of the game, so that's cool. You can get it at HughCast website. I'll put a link in the description. You might be able to get it on PlayAsia, though I'm not entirely sure about that. So that's up to you. But yeah, if you're into the Dreamcast, I mean, it is kind of refreshing to get something like this because it's not a shmup. Though, ironically, the next game coming up for the Dreamcast, which I'm actually really, really looking forward to, is Ghostblade, which is a shmup, also coming out from HughCast. In fact, I think by the time this video is coming out, that game's only like a week or two away, which will be really nice. I got to play that at Gamescom. That was a hell of a lot of fun. And so yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can really tell you. I mean, like I said, I did a whole different video where I basically covered both of the content of these games. They're fun. They are fun if you like, point-and-click style adventure games. And yeah, I would check them out if you get the chance. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.